I'm fascinated with creative people and the creative process, and Dave Hostetler happens to be one of my neighbors, and I've known him for a few years, and I've watched his work develop and mature.
Any art is intensely autobiographical. It reflects who they're living with, you know, really to a degree, what they ate. I mean, it's really part of their life. You can't separate it, their life and their art, if it's really art. As I kept moving more into this self-centered world that is art, I became a performer and mouthing lines. All at once I realized I'm no longer recognize myself. We just had the hit show. We're just in Time magazine. We're in New York. We're all this stuff. I said, I got to go back to Ohio. I don't know who I am anymore.
What I learned was the importance of getting to know your subject. That's what made it work for me. That half the fun was coming up with the questions, coming up where I thought where we needed to fill in the gaps, and then Dave taking us off in a completely new direction and be willing to go along for the ride.
I'd had my eye on this tree for years, but she was so healthy and vibrant, I just couldn't bring myself to cut her down. But now that she started to fail, I thought, well, at 80, we'll both go out together here, man. It's not negative, it's the last dance, man. It's almost like closing time.
You know, I also started to notice a lot of parallels kind of between what it is that we do as filmmakers and what it is that Dave does as a sculptor. How you start with this massive material and then you kind of chisel away the useless parts until you get down to a form that feels right and you just know when you've reached it.
Everybody knows about the drum beat, and he's such a name brand in America. When the commission came up, Susan and I took this model to his office, and the only critical words that he ever uttered were, "Can you make the tits bigger?"
And over the years I've seen lots of films that everybody from the BBC to the big 3 networks have done about him, and it always occurred to me, they always came to his house, focused on the pieces he was doing now, more or less asked the same questions, and never got beneath the veneer, if you will. They were always the here and now. And for somebody who was in his 80s, I kept thinking there's a lot more to this man and a lot more to the story.
I'm the most happy with these of any group of things I've done thus far. I say that every year, right? Okay, all right. Jeez.
This is the best.
This is it. I finally got there, you know. Screw you, jeez.